David Feng with you next to a high-speed railway line, which is a perfect place to take a look at this very intriguing question that some of you may already have for a very long time. Is China building high-speed rail? The answer appears to be a yes at first sight, except for the answer veers more towards a no. I'll give you a few examples here. The Beijing-Shanghai high-speed railway line, this is 2026, it opened 15 years ago. Back in the day, especially after the horrific Zhengzhou crash, it undercarried people. Basically, there were more seats and there were more people on board. But fast forward already a few months after the horrific crash, confidence in railways was slightly coming back, and now increasingly more and more, and to the extent that, first of all, they had to up the speed from 300 kilometers per hour to 350. And second of all, they had to introduce not just 16-car trains, but a custom-built 17-car train. So in that regard, there is demand. And even with the 17-car trains, they eventually upgraded and reconfigured the seating, so to squish in a few more extra seats, for the different various classes, whilst also somehow introducing a fourth class of travel. And always getting more and more people there. But even today, that line is finding itself, bursting at the seams. So they are actually building another parallel 350 kilometer per hour line to take the load off, services that use the line today, but mostly for local services. The idea then is to run this line as exclusively high speed, but, more regional intercity high speeds, from, say, Beijing to Shanghai than local ones, say between Zhengzhou and Zhengzhou within the province of Shandong. Now, the other thing is, that's not just it. They have the classic line, which they are keeping. They also have, but this is further to the east. This is like, possibly 100 miles further east. Not great in geography myself, but they are building a second Beijing to Shanghai high-speed railway line. This one's going to be routed more maritime, rather than stopping at every provincial capital. But here's the ultimate one. They are building, at least on paper, a huge network which will eventually incorporate maglev. And so there is a very good chance that at the end of the day, we will see 5 rail lines between Beijing and Shanghai. 2 long-distance 350 km per hour high-speed lines to carry people from Beijing to Shanghai. At least 1 350 km line to serve for mostly local traffic, but traffic that needs to go quick, as in not the classic ones. They will keep the classic railway line. And on top of that, they will also add maglev to the entire transport corridor. So, when's maglev coming? I don't know. My guess is around 2035, because it seems to be when China wants to announce a lot of new things. I don't work for the railways, so, don't hate spam me if you don't see maglev by 2035. But if there's any indication, is that things move very quickly in China. So if you find maglev coming sooner than you expected, welcome to China. And if it comes a bit later than expected, they always say good things come to those who wait.